You can see here that I'm on the search console of my website. I'm in the discover section, right? I created 3 web stories, and out of these 3 web stories, right, one of the web stories, right, performed well, and you can see its result here in front of you, right? So you can see here that it received a total clicks of 59 out of total impressions, right? That is 1000, more than 1000, right? And average CTR of 5.3%. Right, on July 4th there is a sudden peak, and then sudden there is a drop, right? And after that, you can see here that I cannot track that. I don't know what happened to that. So maybe there was some issue with my analytics account, or maybe for that reason I could not track that. Honestly, I don't know what actually happened to that, right? And then you can see in the July 12th, total 4 clicks and 69 impressions, right? And as I told you that only one web story is performed well. This is the story that I created, that is 5 alternatives of Midjourney. Now let me tell you why others did not perform well. Okay, so there are some reasons behind that others web stories did not perform well, and the reason is that like there are many mistakes that I made. And now I actually, when I go through the videos and the stories, like videos and the blog post of provided by Google, like they have given some kind of instruction and guidelines for creating web stories, and I will also provide you that in the video, okay, so that you can also learn from there, right, how you can create better web stories, right? I also missed some of the checklist that I should have taken care of, right, to get better impressions and better results, right? So I am going to share you all the mistakes. I'm also going to share with you how you can start creating web stories from scratch, and you can get better impressions, better clicks, good amount of audience, right? I'm also going to share with you some of the tips that can help you creating a better web stories, right? So that your web stories can perform well, right? So let's get started and let's see how we can create better web stories for us, right? Yeah, so before we start, right, let me tell you what are the web stories, right? When you open Google app, okay, and then you scroll down and then you see some kind of blog post and then recent news, right? This section is called discover feed, right? And in this discover feed you also see there are some sort of stories, right? You can see kind of like Instagram type of stories, okay? These stories are known as web stories, right? These are hosted on AMP. AMP means accelerated mobile pages. This is only designed for mobile pages, right? And this is specially designed for Google Discover only, and I can tell you that you can get huge amount of traffic from this, right? Because this is based on people interest, something that is trending right now, okay? And if you've created content around the trending topic, then you get featured on Google Discovered and you get views from there, and you bring traffic, then you bring sales, you sell your product, services and whatever, right? So the best part with Google Web Stories is that you can interlink your own blog post, your own product, right? With that, they will provide a link feature where you can connect your blog post or your product or services to that link, and then you can get traffic to that and you can make sales, right? And if you cannot generate sales, right, still you can make money through Google AdSense if you get approval for Google AdSense. I hope that you understand the basic things about like web stories, right? Now, why you should start creating web stories, okay? You can see here that it is not blogging, but it is short form content, okay? So the first benefit is that in blogging you need a lot of time, right, to create a blog post. You have to write a lot more stuff, and sometimes people use like AI article generator or some other tools, right? But here in blogging may become obsolete, right? In the coming days, the way AI has been taking over, right? But web stories will not be replaced by AI because it's a short form content, interesting, and it easy to consume content, right? And the most important thing is it is interest based, right? So, and second reason is huge traffic and engagement. So the second benefit is that of creating web stories is that you will get huge traffic and engagement compared to blog posts and social media. If you see average blog post CTR, right, it's something like 2.2, 2.3, something like that, okay? But if you see an usual web story, right, it has more CTR than like normal blog post, right? And then you can drive traffic to your blog on YouTube channel through your web stories, right? If you have a blog and if you have a website and if you are selling any product or services, or you have YouTube channel and you want to drive traffic, then web stories is one of the medium that you can bring traffic to your web YouTube channel, or to sell your product or services, right? Then the number fourth importance or benefits I can say it's that it can improve your SEO ranking, because Google crawls and indexes web stories first, right? So there are only few benefits that I talked, okay? And I think you should know about other benefits, right? This is not just only this few, okay? There are much more benefits than you have ever imagined, right? Now I'm going to start, how we can start creating a web story from scratch, right? So before I start that, first let me show you, how you can install web stories feature in your website, and so that you can start creating web stories, right? So let's get started. To get started with web stories, you have to first install a web story feature or even any kind of plugin to your website, right? So that you can start, publishing web stories, right? Now, if you are using, WordPress, then it's very easy to do the task. All you need to do, you have to just install a plugin called, Google Web Stories, right? And if you're not using WordPress, then you have to follow some steps, okay, that you can find in Google creators page, where Google publish regular blogs for creators, right? If you visit that creators blog, right, you'll be able to find information about how you can install if your website is not hosted on WordPress, right? Now let's get started, right? So first of all, you have to go to Google, right? In the search bar you have to type Google Web Stories. Okay, so you can click on the first result that you can see, right? And after that, you'll see that, okay, Google for creators, the site is opened, okay, and here you can see web stories, right? Now you can click on get started, then you will move down, right? And then you can see here, right, creators tool, okay. And now if you are using WordPress, right, then you can simply download these web stories for WordPress plugin, right? And you can get started, right? Now if you are not using WordPress, okay, and also you want to build web stories, right, then you can just click on view other tools. You will be redirected to another page, and is called AMP development. In the documentation section, right, you will find all the information regarding how you can install that, right? Now we will go to WordPress. I'm my own WordPress account, okay, and then I will install web stories and I will show you, right? Okay, let me go to my WordPress dashboard. You can see that I'm on my WordPress dashboard right now, okay. And okay, to install the plugin, right, I'll simply go to plugins. I'll click on plugins, and after coming to plugins, I will click on add new. In the search plugin section, I will type web stories, then I will click on search. You can see the result here. The first result is that web stories by Google, okay. You can see here, and it's already active here because I have installed it and I have activated already. Now if you have not installed, then you'll see something like, okay, install now, and you can install it, and then you can activate it. When it will become active, on the left side of the screen you will see stories, and then first thing you have to do here, you have to go to the settings, because you have to set up the web stories so that you can start creating, right? First the setup was Google Analytics, and it is already set up because I have installed Sitekit plugin here, right? So make sure that you have installed Sitekit plugin, so you don't have to paste manually Google Analytics property ID right here. The Sitekit plugin will do all the stuff for you, right? So you don't have to do the extra work. If you have not installed Sitekit, then you will see here a box where you have to install the property ID from Google Analytics, right? Then you have publisher logo. You can see that my publisher logo here, right, that is Indish Marketer. Then you have to install the publisher logo by clicking on upload logo, right? And make sure that the size of the logo should be 96 by 96 pixels. And then you have custom fonts. Like if you want any fonts other than Google fonts, then you can install them, right? And then you have data sharing opt-in, right? You can check it. Then you have video optimization, right? You can also check in this one, right? And then you have video cache, right? You can also check in this one to improve user experience, okay, or by serving videos from Google cache, right? Then you can, when you are uninstalling plugin, do you want to remove all the stories? So I have unchecked it because I want to save all the stories, right? So I don't want to remove all stories and all the histories, right? Then you have story archived, right? I keep it default, okay. And if you keep it default, then Google will automatically create one page for you, right? As you can see, in my case, it has created indishmarketer.com/webstories, where all of your web stories that you have created will be stored here as a page, right? As a new page, right? Google will automatically create a page and it will be stored here, right? You can find all your web stories right here, right? Then you have monetization options, right? Then next, that is, you can monetize with Google AdSense. Then other options are also here, and then you have to here you have to paste your publisher ID, right? That is, you have to go to Google AdSense account. If you don't have one Google AdSense, then you can create one, and then you have to paste the publisher ID here. Then you have your ad units code, right? I will explain here right now. First, I will go to my Google AdSense account, okay, and let me show you how can you do the stuff, right? Okay, now you can see I'm on my Google AdSense account, right? You can see here this my site is already here connected, right? Now I will go to the account section, okay, and to take the publisher ID, then I will go to the settings, then I'll go to the account information, right? And after going here, you can see the the publisher ID. I have make it intentionally hidden here. Then I pasted the publisher ID. After pasting the publisher ID, right, now we will create a slot ID for our ad unit, right? We'll go back to Google AdSense and then we'll click on ads. After clicking on ads, right, from there I will go buy ad unit, okay. Then from there I will click on display ads, right? Then here you have to choose vertical ads, right, not horizontal, because web stories are vertical, right? So you have to go to the vertical ads, right? So after that you have to name your ad unit, right? You can name it web stories, whatever you want, right? I just name it web story. Then I click on create. We will go to AMP, and then from there we will find the data ad slot, right? And now you can see here that this is the data ad slot, and we have some kind of number here. We will copy that number, okay, and then we will come back to web story setting, right? Then we'll paste it here. Then for shopping you have Shopify and other options, right? Next we have default page advancement, that is all new stories will be set to this page advancement setting. This is the the duration a particular page in your story, right? So like someone, if someone is viewing your story or watching your story, then after 7 seconds they automatically go to the next page, right? Page means what, like it's kind of a gap between the two page in a same story, right? Or you can keep manual, like if you want to people to choose their own time, right, own durations. So that's all about the settings, right? Now you can start creating your first web story, right? You can see here that I have already created 3 web stories, right? And there are a lot of issues with those web stories, and I will discuss right here. Now if you see that you can create web stories from directly from the dashboard, right? If you click on create a new story, you can create one web story, right? Or you can simply click on add a new, right, from the left of the screen, right? Then you can also start creating web stories, okay. I hope that you understand about the how we can set up the web stories, right? Now we will create our first web story, okay. So let's get started. Now we will create our first web story. First we have to find a topic before creating a web story. For that you have any topic that you can think that should be created, right? Or you can simply go to Google Trends and find the ideas. You can just create content that like any topic that you have in your mind, okay, and you think that that's it's not on the internet and you think that should be created because it's based on interest. For example, you can create content around artificial intelligence. That idea can come to your mind, right? For example, in my case, you can see that the first web story that I created just came into my mind, okay, like 5 alternatives to Midjourney, right? So this is the web story, okay, that just came into my mind, and I just created a web story on that topic, right? You can see here that 5 alternatives of like Blue Willow, Leonardo AI, like these are the tools that are alternatives to Midjourney. And just I search, first the idea came to my mind, and I just go to Google and search for these 5 alternatives, and just I created, right? You can also use Google Trends, as I told you. And to use Google Trends, just you have to go to trends.google.com. So you can see here what are the things that right now trending in Google Trends, okay? And this is something that has been people have search interest in the past 24 hours. And now if I go to the explore, okay, then you will see people interest in this year only, in the last 12 months. So you can see that ChatGPT had something like 4,050% of interest, right? Search queries had on Google, and especially on ChatGPT, right? So if you still create content on ChatGPT, right, I think you'll get views in your web story. Then if I go to the trending now, then you can see what are the topics that is currently trending now, okay? And if you create content around that, right, if your blog post is a news article, right, if you publish news article, that's gonna perform well, okay? Now if I go again in the explore, okay, and if I go to ChatGPT to show you what are the trends, is people are still looking for ChatGPT, you can see that the search queries are still rising, okay? You can see the interest over time of ChatGPT is went down, then again it's rising, right? So you have the opportunity to create content around ChatGPT, web story, and then you can get views. And you can see the topic is the related topic is artificial intelligence, right? Then you have OpenAI, okay? then chatbot, online chat, like these are the topics. Then we have related queries like chat GPT AI, right? This is the topic that people are searching over the last 12 months on Google about chat GPT. Okay, so with these categories, right, you can get views from web stories, right? Because people have interest on this. Okay, so now we're gonna back to our home dashboard, okay, and we will create our first web story. Okay, and one thing, let me tell you that what is currently trending. If you have heard that Elon Musk announced that he is going to launch his own ChatGPT competitor, right? So let me go to the Google and search about his new AI startup. Okay, and if you can, like, after searching on Google, like you can see that, right, Elon Musk launches his AI firm, right? The news came out only just 3 days ago about Elon Musk is going to launch his new AI company that is competitor to ChatGPT, right? So we can create content around that because people will be interested on this topic and we can get views from web story. That's how you will find your content ideas or topic idea for web story. And now we will create our first web story. So let's get started. So now we have our topic, or you can say our keyword. On that topic we're gonna create our web story, right? Having a topic is not enough. We need to create content around that, right? We need to generate content. So to generate content we will use Bing Chat. So I will open Bing Chat now. Okay, now the Bing Chat is open now. I will go with the more creative, not more balanced, but not more precise, but with more creative. In the chat bar I will type I want to create a web story of 5 pages. The topic of my web story is Elon Musk new AI company that he recently announced. Can you create a title, images, text? Okay, less than 200 characters for every page in the web story. Then I will press enter, right? Okay, then you can see that Bing Chat has started generating the content for my web story, right? And you can see that first it generated for page 1, then for page 2, right? In this way it will continue to generate until it reach to page 5. Okay, so let's wait for a moment and see. Okay, it seems that the characters in every page is more than 200 characters, right? So it's more. We will make it short using ChatGPT and other tools, right? First let it generate. Okay, now once it is generated, as you can see, every page has more content than we expected. Okay, so we have to remove those, we have to make it short, right? So that we can fit the text in the web story. And to make it short, okay, in the chat bar I will type something like this: make the text short for every page. The text should not be more than 200 characters, right? Then I will press enter and then it will start generating another response for that. And you can see that now it's a little bit shorter, okay, and we can use it in our web story. Okay, so now what I will do, I will simply copy. Okay, before I copy, let me see something here. You can see in the page 1, right, it says that Elon Musk launches XAI. This is the title I generated. For the page 1 it is generated title, but it is not, we don't need that title, right? Because we have only one title for our web story. Then it has generated a prompt, right, a graphic art of Elon Musk with futuristic background and the logo of XAI, right? And it has also generated text for the page, right? So we can use that text. Now I will copy that, okay, and then I will simply go to Google Docs. I will open a new Google Doc. Okay, and then in that Google Doc I will paste copied text, okay, that is copied, that I had just copied from Bing Chat. Okay, now after pasting, okay, I will remove some unnecessary text, okay, that is not required. Okay, yeah, now I will check the plagiarism. And to check the plagiarism and make sure that it is a original and unique content, I will open duplicator, right, in a new tab. And after opening here, right, I will just simply paste the copied text and then I will click on check plagiarism, right? We will wait for some moment, okay, and see how long it takes to see that it is whether original content or taken from somewhere else from the internet, right? So now you can see here, right, it has 0% plagiarism and it's 100% unique content. Okay, so we can safely post it. Okay, so there is no problem with that. So now I will generate an image for the first page of the web story, right? And to generate the image, right, I will copy the prompt that has given to me, that has generated by Bing Chat. But as you can see, this is a normal prompt, right? And we have to make it special for so that Midjourney and Leonardo AI understand, right? So for that we need a special prompt generator, and in ChatGPT I already have a special prompt generator. Okay, then I will just go to ChatGPT. In ChatGPT, okay, I will first open the image prompt generator. Okay, if you need that image prompt generator, then I will drop in the description of the video and you'll find that. Just enter to your chat in the ChatGPT, right? So now after pasting the text, okay, in the ChatGPT, right, and then after hitting on the enter, you can see that it started generating a prompt in the form of a code. Now we will copy this prompt, okay, and we'll open a new browser where I'll open Leonardo AI. Okay, in previous video I have shown the full tutorial how to join in the waitlist of Leonardo AI, right, and how we can get started. After opening Leonardo AI, right, I directly landed on image generation, AI image generation tool. Okay, and you can see that with the previous prompt I already have generated 4 images. Now I will paste the prompt that I just copied from ChatGPT, and now I need to choose the size, right. Make sure that your image size should be 3:4, right. That's a perfect size for Webstory. Okay, and you can see that there are some images I have already generated previously for my earlier web stories. Okay, the engine for generating the images, I have chosen Obsolete Reality version 1.6, right, and the image will be generated in Leonardo style. And now I can click on generate to generate the image, and you can see here that I have 150 tokens, and this image generation will take 8 tokens to generate, right. And you can see that it started generating the images, right. It will take a few seconds, then you will see the images. So let's wait for some seconds. Okay, now you can see that it has generated images, and the logo that you can see on the just below Elon Musk, it's not perfect because it still don't understand the text properly. Okay, and the images are also not in good quality because we have used Obsolete Reality version 6, version 1.6, and if you use other engine, then I think it would perform better. Okay, so yeah, you have many options to do that. And now what we will do, we'll apply HD smooth upscaler. It will make the image smooth, right, so that we can use in our Webstory, because Webstory also need quality images. Now it's smooth, HD smooth upscaled. Now what we will do, we'll simply download this image. Okay, now you can see the image is downloaded, right. And now we will go to back to WordPress dashboard where Webstories is open. Now I will click on create a new web story, right, and it will take some time to open the editor. Okay, now you can see the editor is open. Okay, now what we will do, okay, the first I will drag and drop the image here in the media sections, and when the image is uploaded, I will click on the plus icon, then I will click on add as background, right. Okay, now our background is set. The most important thing is go to the document and setting up like writing the title and all the stuff, right. So to write title, I will just take the the first page 1 title, that is with the Elon Musk launches XAI, a new startup to understand reality, and just I will paste here in the add title. Okay, and I will change the enter line into title case so that it looks like a title. Okay, then the next step is change the logo poster image, right. So now to create the poster image, okay, we will go back to Bing chat. So in the chat bar we will type, okay, what should be the image prompt for the Webstory, and Bing chat we will give us the image prompt. Okay, and we will simply copy like the most important part of the prompt, and then we will go back to ChatGPT and we will make it a professional prompt. Okay, after coming to ChatGPT we will paste the prompt here, and then ChatGPT will convert it to a professional prompt. Once the prompt is generated, we will go back to Leonardo AI, and in the Leonardo AI we will paste the prompt and we'll click on generate. After waiting for a few seconds, right, you can see that it has generated image, but the face of Elon Musk is kind of deformed, right. I think we need to change the engine for the generation, right, because we are using Absolute Reality version 1.6, and if we change that, I hope that it can generate better images. If we apply HD smooth upscaler, then it can improve the look of Elon Musk, right. Okay, now you can see that it's look good, right, and we can simply download it. Okay, so we'll just click on the download icon and we will download it. Right after downloading, we'll go back to Webstories dashboard. We will click on the poster image, then we will click on upload a file, then we will drag and drop the file in the media library. Make sure that you always input the alt text. Okay, so in the alt text we will simply paste the prompt, okay, that we used for generation, and then we can make the title a little bit short. Okay, after that we will click on set as future image, right. Then you can see that the image need to be cropped. Okay, if you crop the image, then right, one thing, make sure that the image quality will decrease, right? So make sure that you make high quality images, right? So you can see that the poster image is not as good as we expected. So I will change the poster image, right? Okay, because it's not a good quality poster image. Okay, if we check the image size, okay, of the poster image, that it has decreased and it is just only 71 KB right now. Okay, so we need to change that, right? So next we will write short description for the web story. Okay, to write a short description, you can write what your web story is going to cover. You can write in a short words. Okay, you can just add few sentence that should be less than 200 characters, right? And then you can add permalink. Remember that your permalink should be your title. Okay, now we will click on the checklist, okay, to see if everything is all right. Now you can see that everything is all right, but we have only one page, right? We need to add some more pages, because at least we need 4 pages in the web story, and some text in every web stories. Okay, every page in the web story. Now we will insert some text. Okay, and first we will insert a paragraph. After inserting the paragraph, we need to insert some text in that. So to insert the text, we will go back to Google Doc and we will copy the text that we have generated for the page 1, and we will come back to web story. Okay, and we will paste in that paragraph, right after pasting. Okay, we will adjust the size. You can see the background of the text is black, so we need to change the background. We'll bring a text box, okay, where we will put this text, right? So for that we will go to style, and in the style section, right, we will from text box none to we will select fill, and we will change the color to gray to white, right? So that whenever someone is viewing our web story, text should be visible, right? After that we'll align the text in the center of the web story, and then we will change the size of the text to 30. 30 will be a little bit more, so we have to decrease the size, right? So we will bring it to 24, 25, something like that. Okay, and we have to align the text in the perfect position so that our image should be visible, and also the text is also in the perfect place that can be visible in every phone, every device. Then we will make our text little bit bold, right? Then again we will decrease the size to 24, and in this way we will keep on we'll continue to edit until and unless looks appealing, right? Once everything is done, right, we will again click on the checklist, right? And after that you can see that in the design section, right, we need to add at least 4 pages in the web story. Okay, so we will just duplicate these pages, right? And then we will change the image one by one. Okay, we'll change. Now you can see that you are all set. Now if we go to the checklist again, then we can see that we are all set, but all the pages are duplicate of each other, so we need to paste the content for each page. So now we will generate an image for the second page, right? So we will go back to Google Doc and we'll copy that first prompt. Okay, and we will go again back to ChatGPT prompt generator, and then we'll paste there, and we will hit enter. It will take some time to generate the prompt. Once the prompt is generated, we'll come back to Leonardo AI. Here we'll paste the prompt, and we will click on generate, and we'll wait for some moment. Then you will see that it has generated images like that we wanted, and like kind of brain and neurons, right? And then we will simply download this image. Right after downloading the image, okay, I will go to web story settings, right? And after going to web story setting, I will go to the second image, and then I'll click on the second image. Then I'll click on replace background, and then what I will do, I will simply drag and drop the image, and then for the alt text I will simply paste the prompt here, and then I will change the title a little bit. Okay, after changing the title, I'll click on replace background, right? Now you can see that the background is replaced, right? And you can see that we have the background that currently we have generated, right? Now we will add the text for the page 2. We will go back to Google Doc and copy the text, and we'll come back here in the web story settings, and we'll paste the text, and then we will adjust the size, and we will take that we'll align the text in a proper position, right? After that, we will add kind of animation in the second page, because we cannot add animation in the first page. So for text I have chosen drop animation, right? And for the first page, as I told you that you cannot add any animation, right? Only in the second page you can add animations, right? For image I will choose pan left, right? And you can see that how animation will work when someone will view our web story, right? And in this way I will continue to editing my web story, okay? And I will return back once my web story is done, right? Let's see it how it looks like. So you can see that the web story looks good, right? It's okay. And in the debug section you can see that we have the green tick. That means the web story is okay. So yeah, now we'll again take the checklist. Now you can see that it's saying that I have to increase the image resolution, so we have to correct this. So I will come back after make the all correction, okay? I mean after my web story is done, right? Okay, finally we are done with the editing, right? And I have replaced all the existing image with the new images. Like some of them I have generated with the help of AI, and some of the image I take from the stock images, right? Then if I go to the checklist, okay, you can see that everything is correct, everything is all right, okay? Now I'll go to the document section, and you can see here that I have changed the poster image, okay? And I have replaced the poster image because we need a high quality poster image so that our click-through rate should increase, right? Then I also changed the description, okay? Then I have also changed the title, and now make sure that your permalink and title should be the same, right? Then here I also added a background audio for the web story, okay? You can also generate the background music with the Google music generator, right? Google AI Kitchen. In the taxonomies, right, you can see that I have added the categories as artificial intelligence and Elon Musk. And in the text section I have added artificial intelligence, chatbot, ChatGPT, Elon Musk, something like that, okay? Now we are almost done with our web story, right? If I see the checklist, okay, you can see that we are all set to go, okay? And we can now publish it, right? So still you have to check again twice, thrice, that what mistake you have made and what are the things you should take care of while you are publishing web stories. Right in the bottom right corner of the screen you will see a logo M. If you have external SEO plugins like Yoast SEO or Rank Math, then you will see the this icon, M icon, in the bottom right corner of your screen, right? You can just click on that, it will pop out of the screen, right? It will come out of the screen, and from there you can add focus, preface, slug and meta description. You can do all of the settings that needed, right, to make your web story SEO friendly, right? Yoast SEO will tell you, okay, what should you add so that you can make your web story more SEO friendly. So in the meta description I just pasted the story description, right? And I will edit it little bit, okay? I will add some my own text also. And then in the focus key phrase I will add Elon Musk new AI startup, right? So once you are done you can just quit it, okay? Now you can see that I'm done with Yoast SEO, right, plugin. Now I'm out of that. Now I'll click on save draft, okay? After clicking on that, right, the last thing we need to do is to add a call to action to the last page of in our web story, okay? So I will go to the last page of our web story, and then I will move to style, and then I will go to call to action, right? Now you can add here if you have any existing blog post, right, related to that web story, right, you can paste it here, or you can just paste any external link, right, that talks about the specific topic that you are talking in your web story. Now I will simply put an external link, right, from Google. I will just go search Elon Musk new AI company, and I'll find one article, and then I'll just paste it. After pasting it here, you can choose the link icon. You can change the link icon. I keep it like Elon Musk, okay? In the place of learn more, you can just change it to for more, okay? Then you have to qualify the outbound links. I will keep it it's not sponsored link, neither it's no full link. Now you can see that, okay, our swipe up link is appearing in our page, okay? Now before I publish, okay, let me see how our web story looks like. So you can see here how our web story will look like once it is published. In the debug section, right, you can say great job, no issues found, so we're good to go. We can publish it. So we'll go back to web story dashboard and we'll click on publish, and then you can finally see that our web story is published, right? Now we'll again view this our web story in big screen, but you can see that our web story with animations and all the music, like it's looks good. We need to check if it is very valid or not, right? To check if it is valid or not, we have to go to Google Search Console, right? And after going to Search Console, first we have to copy the link, and then we have to go to the Google Search Console, right? And then we'll paste the link in the URL inspection tool, right, and Google will retrieve data from it. You can see that Google, it's the URL is not on Google. So I'll click on test live URL. Now it will test it and see if it is valid, so that Google can rank it or not, right? So now you can see that URL is on Google, right, and page can be indexed, and you can see that it mobile usability, page is usable on mobile, and it's in the AMP section, right, you can see that it is Webstory is valid, right? So it is valid Webstory, so we are good to go, right? We have no problem with that. So yeah, that's what we needed, right? Now we'll click on request indexing. Okay, after that, if you think that you needed any kind of change, then you can come back to the Webstory and you can edit and update them, right? So now I'm back to my Webstory dashboard, and you can see that these are all the Webstory that I have created, right? So now I will open this Webstory to show you some of the mistakes that I made, right, with Webstories. Okay, once it is open, right, I will go to checklist, and in the checklist, right, you can see that I have added too much text, okay, in my every page of my Webstory. Okay, there shouldn't be more than 200 characters, and in the first page there is less text, okay, but there should be at least more than 100 characters, and image resolution is also not high for the poster image. Okay, all the things is okay except these things that I have not taken care of. If I go to the style section, then you will see that I have not added any external links for this. So make sure that you add external link, and yeah, also make sure to write a brief description, that is the alt text for every image, because this is very important. This tells Google that what your image is about. This is what I made some mistake that I made, okay, with Google, as I told you. And for tips, you should follow Google creators. Okay, you can join their Discord account, okay, you can find them on Discord, and you can join them there. And always follow Google's guidelines and policies while publishing Webstories, right? You can follow the checklist as I have shown, whenever you are publishing, and you also go to the debug section to see whether you are making any error or not. Then you can come to Google Search Console to see, to inspect your URL to see if it is AMP valid or not, right? Then if it is valid, then you are good to go, right? You can publish it, and your Webstory will work if it is people have interest on it, right? So make sure that whenever you are creating Webstories, right, people have interest on the topic, right? You see a topic that is currently going viral, and if you created content around that, then definitely you will get exposure, you will get views, you will get traffic. You will get traffic, you will get audience, right? Eventually you will get sales, and you can make money. You can make money, right? So see what thing is going trending and just catch the trend. And also it depends on if something is going trend, if it is in your niche or not, right? If this is not in your niche, then you cannot create content around that, right? So make sure that something is trending and it is also in your niche, and create content around that. Create Webstories around that, and then you'll get like huge amount of traffic from Webstories. Okay, so that's all for today. I'll see you in the next video.